Good evening. This is Adbn News. The headlines. Niger Delta Development Commission to inaugurate over 90 infrastructural projects across 5 states. Milestone recorded in economic relations as Germany and Nigeria trade relations hits 3 billion euros. Gunmen kidnapped Palmer ruler in Mbo local government area of Akwa Ibom State, His Royal Majesty Ogwong Abang. On the foreign scene, search is underway for Iran's presidential helicopter after accident. In sports, Manchester City clinches historic 4th consecutive Premier League title with a 3-1 victory over West Ham United. Good evening. I am Ama Marcus. Now the details. Niger Delta Development Commission has disclosed plans to inaugurate 92 infrastructural projects worth over 80 billion naira in the next 2 weeks across 5 states in the region. This is according to a statement by the Director, Corporate Affairs NDDC, Mr. Pius, made available to newsmen in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital. Among the highlighted projects are the 25.7-kilometer Obia Nembe Road, providing a crucial road connection to the historic city of Nembe, and the construction of 9.15 kilometer of prefabricated vertical drains in the swamp, along with the erection of 7 bridges. The project, according to the statesman, significantly reduces travel time to Yenagoa, the Bayelsa State capital, from 3 hours on hazardous water route to 45 minutes, as well as facilitates development by granting access to 14 communities. Also slated for commissioning are the transmission line and substation electrification project to optimize power supply to local government areas in the southern part of Ondo State, among several other key projects. German Ambassador to Nigeria, Mrs. Annette Gunther, has disclosed that trade relations between the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Federal Republic of Germany are currently valued at approximately 3 billion euros. Mrs. Gunther made this known in an interview with newsmen in Abuja and said trade relations between both countries had grown significantly over the years. Specifically, she said trade relations grew from 2 billion euros in 2022 to the current figure of 3 billion euros, with a balance of trade in favor of Nigeria. Following crude oil exports, she said there was potential for improvements on trade relations with both countries were working on currently, especially in the area of agriculture. But according to her, Germany has about 90 companies with its representative offices in Nigeria, adding that while some engaged trading, others have production facilities. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has appointed Chief Ajirin Galale as a special presidential envoy on climate action as part of a strategic move to promote the progress of his administration's climate and green economic agendas. In a statement by the Director, Information and Public Relations, Mr. Segun Imosen, Chief Galale will serve in the role as part of a larger presidential committee to be chaired by the President. According to the statement, the Presidential Committee on Climate Action and Green Economic Solutions, established by the President, will manage and supervise all policies and initiatives related to climate action and green economic growth. In a similar development, President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of the Infrastructure Corporation of Nigeria as the lead arranger and developer of Nigeria's Green Industrial Zone, Evergreen City. Vice President Senator Kashim Shettima has inaugurated the Accelerated Senior Secondary School Education Program aimed at enhancing quality of education in Northeastern Sub-Region. The Northeast Development Commission, NEDC, introduced the initiative to encourage students' performance in science, technology, mathematics, and agriculture, targeting senior secondary schools across the 6 northeastern states, including Adamawa, Bauchi, Borno, Gombe, Taraba, and Yobe. Vice President Shatima expressed confidence that the introduction of the program in the gaps in provision of quality infrastructure materials and student enrollment would be addressed. On his part, Managing Director of the NEDC, Mohammed Al-Khali, said the Commission is determined to boost post-primary education rating through the zone through improved skills development and elevation of teachers. FCT chapter of the National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools, NAPS, has called for the intervention of the FCT Minister regarding a 5% raise in operating levies. Our correspondent, Beto Bryan, has details.
Chairperson of the National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools, NAPS FCT, Chief Mrs. Rukayat Agbola, on the occasion of the unveiling of her compendium, bemoaned the troubling issues of 5% charge recently being considered for imposition on the gross income of private school owners by the Department of Quality Assurance, DQA. Chief Agbola noted that letters have been written to the FCT Minister, Barrister Nyesom Wike, and DQA underscoring the effects of the intended increase on parents' income and, by extension, the number of out-of-school children in the FCT.
On the troubling issue of 5% charge, recently being considered for imposition on our gross income, being the school fees paid by students or pupils of the private schools, by the Department of Quality Assurance, DQA, we have taken a series of steps to address this challenge. The steps taken include the letters to DQA, as well as our Honorable and Amiable Minister of FCT, Chief Nyesom Wike, seeking his intervention. In the letters, we made it known to the Minister that any increase in the operating charges or levies on the private school at this moment will only lead to increase of school fees burden on parents, and by extension cause drastic increase in the number of out-of-school children in FCT and the country at large.
Honorable Minister of Education, represented by Director, Basic Education Department, Dr. Mrs. Folake Olatunji David, reassured NAPS of the ministry's support for an enabling business environment.
I'm sure there is always room for deliberation between them and the government, because the government is not in place to make things difficult for private providers, non-state actors. We welcome them. They are very good stakeholders. We appreciate what they're doing in providing inclusive, quality education for all Nigerian children. So we don't want to make the environment hostile for them.
Highlighting the importance of the compendium towards making the FCT private schools a safe haven for teaching and learning, Chairperson Compendium, Engineer Adam Chinobi Chichi Orioha, said it buttresses NAP's commitment to support government in breaching the gap in the standard of education and curbing incidences of bullying.
One thing I've realized is that parents like to connect. Parents like to connect with the owners of the school, or at least the founders of the school, for schools who are God knows how many years old, you know, because you're sending your child to that school. You need somewhere that you trust that will take care of your child and imbibe the standards that your child needs to survive in life. It's not an easy decision, I can imagine, for parents to make, and that is why we try our very best to meet the standards expected of us.
The primary motive of establishing a private school will be for generating income. But the service they are rendering is far, far more than generating income. It is taking off the responsibility of the government. As I said initially, it is the responsibility of government to provide education for the children. And if private schools are not there, then we're going to have a large number of out-of-school children, because government cannot do it alone.
FCT, particularly, is doing everything humanly possible to ensure that every child of school age raised in FCT get access to free and compulsory education. On this note, private schools, they are also complementing on that, they're giving education. Because one of the fundamental is that the difference between developing nation and developing nation is on account of the education level. And therefore, what private schools are doing today, they are complementing the efforts of government.
NAP's national president, Hajia Samira Jabrid, PhD, lauded the initiative as she noted that posthumous credits must be given to late Mr. Benga Mekwegbe, who was the progenitor of the compendium. To this end, his widowed wife and son received a posthumous award to honor his memory and contributions. High points of the events were goodwill messages from stakeholders in the education sector, cultural performances from students from different schools in the FCT, the unveiling of the compendium of Abuja private schools, and presentations of award. From the FCT, Beto O'Brien, Adbn News.
Nigerian youths have been charged to utilize opportunities provided by the Federal University of Transportation Nigeria to enhance their future prospects. Minister of Transportation, Senator Saidu Al-Khalil, gave the charge over the weekend in Abuja during the take-off ceremony of the completed first phase of the Transport University Daura Katsina State. Well, he described the finalization of the university as a major accomplishment with substantial implications for economic advancement and societal welfare, as he noted that the project, among China's various initiatives, aims to enhance Nigerian youth education across various academic tiers. Chairman of China's Civil Engineering Corporation Company, Mr. Jason Zhang, highlighted that the completion of Federal University Darua is a significant milestone, aligning with a long-anticipated vision, while emphasizing that the university's establishment would strengthen Nigeria's relationship with China. Gunmen have kidnapped the paramount ruler of Mbo local government area of Akwa Ibom State, His Royal Majesty Ogwong Okonbang, at his palace in Ebugu. Akwa Ibom State Police Command has confirmed the abduction of the monarch, though the abductors are yet to contact the family of the victims for a possible ransom. The police public relations officer of the command, ASP Tim Von John, who confirmed the incident, said the Commissioner of Police and other service commanders, including the Commissioner for Internal Security, have moved to Mbo Local Council to ascertain the situation. Well, the abduction comes a few days after medical doctors downed their tools over the kidnap of their colleague, Dr. John Robin Esu, who is still in the kidnapper's den nearly 3 weeks after. Similarly, the wife of Chief Asukwo Ekwem Alulap Okun, aka Liville, a prominent political figure, was also abducted in Oron local government area. Abia State Governor Dr. Alex Oti has commiserated with the Nigerian Army over an attack that occurred at the Melverton area of Aba involving men of the Nigerian Army and some criminal elements. The attack on the Army outpost, which reportedly caused panic as motorists and passengers scampered for safety, occurred at the Marvelston area of Aba on Friday evening. The incident, according to the Abia State government sources, left a soldier dead with another wounded and currently receiving treatment. Dr. Alex Oti, while reacting to the incident, commended the officers and men for exercising restraint in the face of the unprovoked attack. Governor Oti called on the public to remain calm and advised residents to go about their lawful businesses without fear, but cooperate with relevant security agencies by providing them with useful information and help identify the perpetrators of the heinous attack. Ekiti State government has appealed to residents of Eda Onoyi in Ilejemeje local government area of the state to remain calm following the attack on the community. The State Commissioner for Information, Right Honorable Taiwo, issued a statement in Ado Ekiti, assuring that the situation had been brought under control. The Commissioner, while acknowledging the reported death of one person from the community, emphasized that soldiers, police and members of the Amotekun Corps prominently responded to the scene to contain the crisis. He clarified that the conflict stemmed from a boundary dispute between Eda Oniyo Ekiti and Obo Ayegunle in Kwara State, with armed individuals from Obo Ayegunle reportedly attacking Eda Uniyo on Saturday. While assuring that additional troops have been dispatched to protect the community, he said the army formation in Kwara State had been contacted to deploy troops along the Kwara side of the border to prevent further attacks from both sides. He extended condolences to the deceased family and offered prayers for the speedy recovery of those affected by the incident. Plateau State Governor Mr. Caleb Mutfwang has called on the ethnic groups in the state to unite in protecting and preserving the state's proud heritage from aggressors who are threatening the region. Governor Mutfwang stated this at the 2024 Nzem Berom, which is the Berom Tribes Cultural Festival and the 15th anniversary of the coronation of the Gbong Gwam Jos, Da Jacob Buba. The governor commended the Berom Nation for its role in promoting peace, tolerance and solidarity, and also facilitated with Da Buba Gyang on his 15th anniversary of his coronation as the Gbong Gwam Jos. The Senate President, Senator Godsluck Pabio, represented by the Senator representing Plateau Central, Senator Dickett Blanc, also lauded the industrious nature and peaceful disposition of the Berom people. Governor Mutfwang encouraged resilience and reliance on divine guardians and stressed the importance of maintaining peace and unity in Plateau State and the country as a whole. Rivers State Governor Sir Siminalayi Fubara has expressed displeasure over the shortfall of the state's health sector compared to the benchmark outlined in the recently published assessment report by the Nigeria Governors Forum. Governor Fubara, who stated this at the commissioning of the Andoni section of the Ogoni-Andoni Okpobo Unity Road, noted that the report, which pertains to the period predating his administration, underscores the significance of his governance focus on education, healthcare and agriculture. The governor, while acknowledging the efforts of those who initiated the Unity Road, thanked the people of Andoni for their support and declared the immediate extension of the road project from Ngo Town to Oyorokoto. He urged citizens to maintain their trust in the country's governance, emphasizing that the achievements of the national level would positively impact the success of the state and local government areas.
I'm happy when our leader was mentioning the activities of the oil well here. No interruption. I was impressed by it. It shows that we are contributing and we understand the meaning and the importance of peace. So let me enjoy you. Continue to show this good faith in the governance of this country. The success of the center is the success of the subnational. And when the subnational succeeds, which is the state, the local government will succeed.
Member representing Andoni and Okpobo Nkoro Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives commended Governor Fubara for prioritizing the completion of the Andoni section of the Unity Road, demonstrating his concern for the people's welfare. He expressed delight that after 24 years, the people of Andoni can now access Ngo Town by road and urged the governor to extend his development efforts to other parts of the local government area.
24 years, no project, not even one, was commissioned in the entirety of Andoni local government area. If there is any, I stand to be challenged. Your Excellency, you can see our plight, that we have been famished. But behind you, Your Excellency, lies the wealth that propels the economy of this country. The entirety of the oil wells you find along the Atlantic Ocean is because we are people of Andoni local government area, and we are members of this state called Rivers. We are also part of the entity called Nigeria. That is how you get the money that fuels the economy of this country and gives us 13%. But for 24 years, this is the first time we are standing to commission a project.
Also, a former national chairman of the People's Democratic Party and an indigene of the area, Prince Uche Secondus, lauded the governor for his commitments in completing the road and paid tribute to Dr. Peter Odili for initiating the Unity Road. He appealed for more development in the area, especially as the local government hosts several oil wells that contribute to the wealth of the nation.
There were key two persons, Paul Ruben and Ekemre Esuku, who led the consultant, and they pierced through the virgin forest, as you can see, and the design was done. By 2007, we had crossed the two bridges, one from the Ogoni side and one from the Andoni side, to Asrama. And I can recall that Amechi was invited by the Andoni people, and we held Thanksgiving service because it has never happened before.
You're watching ADBN News at 7. Still to come. Anambra State Governor Professor Soludo dismisses over 20 Transition Committee chairmen. Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps cracks down on pipeline vandals, arrest 11 in Benue. Remember to watch us on DSTV channel 258, on Star Times channel 140, Avo TV app, Limex World TV app and Niger TV app. For more stories, visit our website on adbntv.com. Stay with us for more stories after the break.
Adbn Smartphone Film Workshop.
Are you a young adult with a passion for storytelling and content creation? Do you reside in the Niger Delta and desire to become a filmmaker or content creator?
Then you should register for the Adbn Smartphone Film Workshop, an exciting opportunity brought to you by Adbn TV. Embark on a journey to unlock your creative potential by learning the art of filmmaking, sound design, and lighting using your smartphone. This is your chance to turn your ideas into reality. So hurry now and register via our website at www.adbntv.com. But wait, that's not all. Your creations will be aired on Adbn TV, channel 258 on DSTV, 140 on Star Times, Avo TV app, Limex World TV app, and Niger TV app, reaching audiences far and wide. And guess what? 3 lucky winners will be selected for the grand cash prize of 5 million naira.
Meet our facilitators.
Register now at www.adbntv.com and take the first step towards a future in filmmaking and content creation. Adbn Smartphone Film Workshop. Unleash your creativity.
In a world of overwhelming voices where everyone has different opinion on different issues, it is important that we bring the core issue to the fore. Join me, Nancy Banigo, on Softline as we lend our voices to inform and influence your thoughts and actions. This is not just mere talk, it is an invocative program that touches the core of our existence.
Ready for some exciting news? ADBN just launched its very own WhatsApp channel. Join our community for exclusive updates straight to your phones. Here's how. Open your WhatsApp and go to the Updates tab. Tap the plus icon and select Find Channel. Search for ADBN TV and hit follow. Don't forget to turn on notifications for the latest updates. Your support means the world to us because at Advocate Broadcasting Network, we're not just a media outlet, we're a part of you.
No matter wetin I see, e no fit make mouth heavy to talk am. That's now why people dey talk.
People Dey Talk, the show on Monday to Friday by 5 p.m. on top ADBN TV.
Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. You're watching ADBN News at 7. Transition Committee chairmen across the 21 local government areas of Anambra State have been dismissed by the state governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo. This was contained in a letter signed by the State Commissioner for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Community Affairs, Mr. Collins Nwabuwane. According to the letter, the dismissal followed the expiration of their tenure as Transition Committee chairman. The letter directed them to hand over the affairs of their local government council to the head of local government administration at their respective local government councils. The directive, according to the letter, takes effect from Monday, the 20th of May, 2024. 11 suspected pipeline vandals have been arrested by the anti-vandal unit of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps at Apia, a suburb of Makurdi, Benue State capital. State Commandant of the Corps, Mr. Yakubu Ibrahim, said the command dispatched its item to the area following an intelligence report. The team, according to him, discovered vandalization of NNPCL pipeline at the location. While describing the activities of the vandals as an act of terrorism, the commandant said the destruction, which stretches over 10 kilometers, was an economic sabotage. He alleged a conspiracy of silence by the residents and traditional rulers of the community near the scene of the incident and promised to investigate. Mr. Yakubu urged people of the state to be more vigilant and conscious of happenings in their environment. Items recovered at the site were the vandals' working tools, which they used in vandalizing 16 pipelines. Soldiers and operatives of the Nigeria Police Force have taken over the popular Banex Plaza in Wuse area of the nation's capital, following a clash involving traders and soldiers. The statement, FCT by Police Command, says preliminary investigations revealed that one Suleiman Ahmed, who previously purchased a phone from one Suleiman Ibrahim, a shop owner at New Banex, returned with 4 soldiers to request a replacement after discovering the phone was faulty, a request which the shop owner declined. The action resulted in a confrontation and squabble with the military personnel, causing some irate mobs to attack the military personnel, which led to the uproar in the environment. The statement says all parties were invited for questioning, while the military personnel have been handed over to the unit for further action. Well, meanwhile, the FCT Police Command has called for calm, urging residents to go about their legitimate duties as security operatives have been deployed to restore law and order in the area. Meanwhile, Nigerian Army has rescued at least 386 abducted individuals from Sambisa Forest in Borno State, 10 years after their abduction. Active GOC of the 7th Division Brigadier General AGL Haruna made this known to newsmen on the outskirts of Sambisa Forest in Konguda local government area after welcoming the troops from a 10-day operation. Brigadier General Haruna stated that the operation, named Operation Desert Sanity 111, aimed to clear Sambisa Forest of all remaining tourists and provide an opportunity for those eager to surrender. The GOC lauded their performance and professionalism exhibited during the operation and urged them to sustain the tempo. Jigawa State Governor Malam Umar Nandi has restated that his administration would not tolerate or condone any breach of contractual agreements. The governor stated this while inspecting some ongoing projects across the state, which were mostly rehabilitation and reconstruction of roads and bridges damaged by flooding in the last 2 years. Governor Namdi expressed satisfaction with the quality of the project and urged contractors to speed up the work for a timely completion. Ministry of Women Affairs has declared its preparedness to collaborate with the Niger State House of Assembly to empower 100 orphaned girls through a range of initiatives aimed at improving their welfare. The minister, Mrs. Uju Kennedy Ohaneye, made the commitment during a briefing held in Abuja, where she clarified the ministry's stance on the issue of mass weddings. Mrs. Kennedy Ohaneye underscored the ministry's commitment to executing its mandate, particularly in safeguarding the rights of women, children, and the vulnerable, aligning closely with the policy objectives of the current administration. She disclosed that the intervention resolves a previous court injunction that halted the marriage proceedings pending thorough investigation into the welfare and readiness of the children involved, particularly regarding their ages and preparedness for matrimony. The minister also highlighted the agreement between the ministry and the Speaker of the Niger State House of Assembly to jointly implement initiatives aimed at enhancing the lives of the children. While acknowledging the support received, the minister expressed gratitude to prominent individuals for their contribution towards resolving the mass wedding matter. National Assembly has reaffirmed its commitment to enhancing laws regarding discrimination against individuals with disabilities in the country. Chairman, House of Representatives Committee on Disability, Dr. Bashir Daudu, gave the reassurance at a two-day national convening of stakeholders on disability matters held in Abuja. Mr. Daudu also emphasized the need for every ministry, department, and agencies of government to ensure that disability communities enjoy adequate access to all public buildings and structures. Executive Secretary, National Commission of Persons with Disabilities, Dr. James Laulu, who provided an update on the Commission's intervention into reported discriminations against persons with disabilities in different occasions, said measures were being taken to prosecute and penalize offenders in accordance with the law. He assured that the Commission has declared zero tolerance for discrimination against persons with disabilities. Over to the foreign scene, a helicopter carrying Iran's President Ibrahim Raisi has been involved in an accident due to adverse weather conditions, with the search operation in progress. According to state media, rescue teams were headed to the area to locate him and other officials, adding that Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdulrahman may also have been aboard the aircraft. However, state media said the harsh weather conditions and heavy fog made it difficult for the rescue teams to reach the accident site. According to the official IRNA news agency, the accident happened in a mountainous forest area near the town of Vangan. While reports said President Raisi was visiting the province where he inaugurated a dam project together with his Azeri counterpart Ilham Aliyev on the border between the two countries. Armed forces in the Democratic Republic of Congo have thwarted an attempt, a coup d'etat, including Congolese and foreign fighters. DRC Army spokesperson Brigadier General Salvin Ekenge, who stated this in a televised address today, however did not specify whether they had detained or killed. Earlier, Japanese ambassador in a post on X said 2 guards and an assailant were killed in an attack in a nearby home of a top Congolese politician, Mr. Vital Karange, a member of parliament who is expected to be named speaker. Meanwhile, the United States Embassy has issued a security alert warning of ongoing activity by DRC security elements and reports of gunfire in the area. 15 people have died in flash floods that occurred in western Afghanistan, with some residents managing to reach higher grounds for safety. The provincial police, in a statement, said floods also destroyed about 2,000 houses and damaged thousands of houses and businesses. The floods, the police say, also killed thousands of cattle, destroyed hundreds of hectares of agricultural land, hundreds of bridges and culverts. Head of the province's disaster management department, Obia Abdullah Muradian, described it as an emergency situation. He said the floods hit several districts of the province, including the capital, adding that victims needed shelter, food and water. The recent floodings in the country follows flash floods in the 10th of this month in the northern Balgan province, which swept away hundreds of people. Survivors are still searching for missing relatives days after the disaster. Over to sports. Manchester City have secured a remarkable fourth consecutive Premier League title today with a triumphant 3-1 victory against West Ham United. Goals by Phil Foden and Rodri proved decisive in propelling Manchester City to the top of the table, edging past competitors Arsenal in the final standings. Well, under the leadership of Pep Guardiola, Manchester City concluded the season with 91 points, 2 points ahead of Arsenal, securing their status as Premier League champions once again. City have now won 6 out of the past 7 Premier League titles. Last term, they joined Huddersfield, Arsenal, Liverpool and Manchester United twice in winning the top flight 3 years in a row. Now, Guardiola's team have achieved something no other side have managed since the English League was formed in 1888, 136 years ago. On the 25th of May, they will aim to become the first side to compete the domestic double in successive seasons when they face Manchester United in the FA Cup final at Wembley. In scenes of jubilation, Manchester City players embraced each other as they made their way down the tunnel, while throngs of elastic fans flooded the pitch to revel in the historic moments. Well, that's it on ADBN News at 7. Remember to watch us live on DSTV, channel 258, on StarTimes, channel 140, Avo TV app, Limex World TV app, and Niger TV app. For more stories, visit our website on adbntv.com. Not forgetting, you can watch us live from every part of the world by logging on to adbntv.com/live. Thanks for joining us this evening. I am Ama Marcus. Good evening.
ADBN, Advocate Broadcasting Network.